The Army hockey team playing in the first of over 15 games here at Fenway Park over the next 2 weeks, all part of the Frozen Fenway 2017 series. This week, caught up with the Black Knights, got their reaction to playing outside and playing at the historic venue that is Fenway Park. And as you would expect, everyone was excited, especially the Boston fans. This is only the 6th time in the game's history that is being played here in Baltimore. Both teams playing in bowl games after this, and as big of a deal as those games may be, they'll both admit Saturday's game, the biggest one on their schedule. The Army Black Knights close out Michie Stadium with the 60-3 win over Morgan State, but the score wasn't the biggest part of the day. With the win, the Black Knights clinch bowl eligibility for the first time since 2010, and that's something Jeff Monken and the guys talked about after the game. One of the biggest storylines in the Army-Navy game this week comes from the Navy side. They lost their starting quarterback and their starting slot back due to injuries in the conference championship game last week. But in what may come as a surprise, head coach Jeff Monken doesn't expect the injuries to change much of the game plan for Army or for Navy. There's a lot of differences you have to consider when you play an outdoor hockey game. You have to take into account the lighting, the wind, and of course, the temperature. Now the temp is expected to be in the 20s by puck drop tonight, and while that may seem cold, the Black Knights joked around this week saying it might not be as cold as playing a normal road game at Bentley's John A. Ryan Center. The Black Knights finally snapped their 14-game skid to the Navy midshipmen, and this win here at M&T Bank Stadium matches the way the season has gone the entire year. By battling through adversity, they were up 14 to start the game, and then they fell behind, but then a fourth quarter turnaround, come from behind victory with a touchdown led by Ahmad Bradshaw, put them on top, and we talked about the team battling through that adversity with them after the game.
That's a championship team in the other locker room. You know, we persevered through all adversity. And, you know, just a culminating event to a great game and a great season. We have one more game coming up, but you know, we persevered through everything. And, you know, we fought hard, we executed, and most of all, we finished. And, you know, and that's most I'm proud about. We finished the game.
I think it says everything. This team fought back and fights every down and every play, and it shows the character of our guys.
When they took the lead 17-14, you know, that's a time where, you know, you could look around and maybe some teams got that look in their eye of doubt or concern, and I think our guys just knuckled down and were determined that they were going to win, and I thought that was the effort that they gave there in the fourth quarter. We heard for a long time here at West Point about the streak and all that, and it feels good to be a part of the team that kind of put that to an end.
So the 14-game losing streak is even sweeter for the Black Knights this year. Usually this is the last game they'll play, but they have another game to play. They have the Heart of the Dallas Bowl on December 27th against North Texas. From M&T Bank Stadium, Jon Shideler, Time Warner Cable News. All right, so we'll start off with one of the biggest pieces that go into game day. We'll hit the jersey room.
Here we are. This is where we store all of our uniforms. We have multiple colors of uniforms. We have home set, road set. We have alternates. For this game coming up, the Army-Navy game, we are the home team, so we will wear a dark color uniform, a special uniform we're excited to wear. We have enough uniforms to do probably 500 different uniforms, different uniform combinations. So there's a lot of different things that we can do here. We do like wearing traditional uniforms. We have a nice traditional look. It's a clean look. But I do think it's important to do something alternate every once in a while.
All right, so from the jerseys, we're going to take it over to the hat of the jersey.
Of course, you know, one of the most important pieces, you know, why they hired me here is safety first and foremost. So it's my job to keep these guys safe, keep them protected, you know, get them a helmet that fits them properly, but also make them look good. So, and I think we do a good job of that. We've got different combinations we can do, like I said. For helmets, we have gold, black, white, just for games. So
you said over 500 combinations for jerseys. What about helmets? Is it just basically those three? How much can you really mix them up from there?
It's those three. Again, gold is our traditional look. Black and white would be an alternate, but you can decal them up differently and make them look different, so you can add to that 500 different combinations.
They got to transport this somehow into the equipment trunk, and you got to consolidate it into a space, and that's what we're looking at here. What are these?
So we have around 30 trunks, and for coaches, for players, for staff, etc. This one, for instance, is one of our coaches' trunks. We have about 10 just for coaches. You never know what the weather's going to be, so you have to bring rain gear, you have to bring parkas. Some Army-Navy games have been nice, so maybe they'll just wear a polo or a light jacket. So you want to prepare for all different weathers. Over here would be a player's trunk, and this is something that we have on the sideline. It has some backup jerseys. So if somebody rips a jersey during the game, we can come over here, we can grab his backup jersey, we can get it on him. Everything the players wear is completely different from one guy to the next. So we want to make sure we have the gloves that this person wears, the gloves that this person wears, this size pant, whether it's short, long, regular length. We want to make sure we have everything that we need with us, either on the sideline or in the locker room on the road. So we'll take our equipment room, we'll minimize it down into these trunks, put it on a 53-foot trailer, and we'll send it on the way.
All right, so the kind of the culmination of everything that goes into the pack week ends up in here, in the equipment truck.
Right, and it's 53 feet, and it's never enough. Like I said, you want to bring everything you can on the road. You don't want to miss a beat. So we fill this truck from almost anything you could think of, from candy and snacks to the rain gear to the bands, tubas. Okay. And drums. It's all on here. I mean, there's a lot going on here, and it's a very important job for us to get it from A to B.
Do players make requests? Do coaches get requests? Is there anything that guys kind of can be a little picky about?
Yeah, there's a lot of requests that says, hey, Nick, can we do this on the road? Can I have this on the road? And I try to make everybody happy, you know, especially when on the road. We want everyone to feel good and look good and play good. So I want to take care of everyone the best I can. There's only so many of us, there's so many of them. So we do our best to make sure that they have everything they would need to coach their best, to play their best, to perform their best.